Welcome to Late to Bloom, the podcast where we talk about spirituality, philosophy, and personal growth. In today's podcast, it's going to be a little bit more unstructured and it's going to be a little bit more discussion-based or just thoughts and reflections, because I haven't made any bullet points for this episode as I usually do. I usually just talk in podcasts and I won't have a script or something, but I usually have what I want to include, like bullet points. And in today's, I didn't have anything because I just wanted to make it easier for me, and I just wanted to continue this podcast, but without making it so serious that it kills it, because I'm putting out episodes quite irregularly and I want to do it more often, and if I'm going to do it more often, I need to do it more like this and not always outlining everything. So with that said, then just start this reflective episode about what life becomes and what is a good life, and does life become better with age and stuff like that. I definitely think life becomes much easier with age, at least in my experience, and in most people in most people I have spoken with about it. They say, most older people, maybe in their 50s or something, they say that 30 and after 30 life become much better. And I think that is curious because we live in a society that is obsessed with not aging, but life becomes better with age, but we are obsessed with staying young. And I can't wait to get a little bit older, or, well, I can wait because I want to live in the present moment, but in some way I'm not afraid of getting older or being seen as an old lady or something. I don't know why I have always had respect for like the aging process. And just to be clear, not all people that are old deserve respect. I'm not saying that young people should respect older people just because they are old. All people should accept and respect and be kind to all people, regardless of age, of course. But what I mean is that I have always had the respect for the concept of aging. I have been thinking that aging within itself is amazing because not everyone have that privilege, because some people just happen to not make it, and I think aging is a privilege, or like privilege, I don't know how to describe it other than that, but not all people achieve it, which is unfortunate, so we should value it more. Also, I do think that you, after a certain age, do realize what you deserve better than you did when you were younger. And what I mean is that now that I am over 30, I think I know more clearly that I didn't deserve all the things that happened to me when I was younger. And now I also know what I do deserve and what I not deserve. what I'm not deserving. Like how hard it is. I know now that I have to cut the ties from people that do not benefit me, or I don't benefit them. That I do have to cut the ties from toxic people that only pull me down, even it doesn't matter if they happen to be family, if they happen to be relatives. I have realized with age that certain things you simply cannot deal with, and certain things you can't solve. Some things will always be a problem between certain people, and it's nothing you can do about it because you are so different, you are so, or maybe it is that you are too similar in a sense. And I do think it's important to honor that and to cut ties that you maybe not want to cut, but you have to, because you are old enough to realize that it will never change, it will never benefit you or the other person or the other people. And how hard it may be, I'm actually going through a quote-unquote breakup from several people in my family are going through breakups. Like it is like a romantic relationship in a way, because you are leaving each other in that, even though it is familiar love and in some cases also platonic love, it is like a romantic breakup, because it's hard, and it's just as hard. And I think that I handling it way better than I would have handled it if it were a few years ago. Even a few years ago, I wouldn't have done it, actually. But now I have to take care of myself, and I realize that I deserve things on a certain level in life. All people have their levels, all people have their standards, and my level and my standard is not that high, but at least I know that I don't deserve to be pulled down and to be hurt all the time. And that was something I didn't realize I was being before. That people did do those things, and I just didn't recognize it as hurtful things because I didn't, in a way, respect myself. And now I do have respect for myself because I am a little bit older. So that is one of many things that is going to be better with age. You're going to realize more clearly what you deserve and what you want to do, and that aging is a good thing, and that you realize more and more what life you want, what you want life to be, and what life you want to live. And I know this turned into some kind of pep talk, maybe, I don't know, but this is just musings about life, about what life is, and what age can do with you that is good. We always talk about like aching bodies and getting wrinkles and gray hair like it's some bad thing. But what happened with all the memories we get, that we're getting memories, and we get more and more, and collecting all of these gems to think about the older we get. It's honestly beautiful when you're thinking about it, that you have so much more than you had before. I think is genuinely a beautiful thing, and nothing I would trade for something else. It's a thing I don't want to trade to something else, is what I mean, of course. Maybe I'm a little bit tired now and I'm just rambling, but this is what it is. I wholeheartedly believe that life is meant to be better and better the older you get, because if it is good right at the beginning, what would you thrive for? What would your goals be? Would you be proud in the same way about your accomplishments if you didn't go through some questioning and some learning along the way? Wouldn't life be a little less imaginative and a little less challenging, but in a good way, in a wise way, if you didn't have that? I don't know. What do you think? I know this was a little bit shorter than usual, but this was it for this podcast episode, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next episode. Thank you, and bye.